Welcome to Season of Change Podcast Show. It's a platform where you learn about relationship, how to grow a healthy relationship, and how to be successful in your relationship and your marriage. At a platform where you learn about leadership skills and to develop your spiritual life as a Christian, how to raise godly children in our today's society, and how to manage your business as a Christian and your home. Thank you. Connect with us always on our episode that will be bringing. So, welcome to Season of Change, transforming your life through the power in the Word of God. I am your host, Evangelist Jeremiah Joseph. I have my guest here tonight from United States of America in Los Angeles. He's a speaker, he's an author, he is a presenter, and he is a great man. He has presents a lot of topics and represents even his organization in a lot of events that took place in America and some part of the world. And tonight we'll be discussing on the topic, what keeps a man to his one and only, that is wife. So you're welcome to Season of Change, transforming your life through the power in the Word of God. Andre.
Thank you. Good to meet you.
Thank you. God bless you. So tonight, I just want you to just give us brief, in 2 minutes, just tell us how long you've been on podcast, or when do you start the podcast, and how long have you been on this topic on relationship, marriage, and parenting, and all those things?
I started my research on this stuff. I tripped over some material in 2006, and I officially made it a business in 2009. I started really the business of it as I kept helping people. People kept asking me, why is this so difficult for relationships nowadays? What's the power struggle? Why there seems to be a power struggle with all of it? So, it started with my people close to me and expanded. So officially 2009 was when I launched the business. So it's been a while. I'm on podcast for a couple of years. And that was really kind of fun. But now I enjoy more joining other people's podcasts around the world, as you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So I know you have a lot of write-ups, articles, books that you've published.
Yep.
Can you just give us 2 or 3 out of it?
Well, there's so many topics in this world, right? Like one of my favorite is the masculine and feminine dance that we try to neutralize in our culture. We try to, the idea of equality, which is great for money and business and all that stuff, absolutely. But when we do equality in relationships, it kind of neutralizes everything. It's anti-nature. There is such a thing as masculine and feminine. There's such a thing as yin yang. There's just such a thing as positive, negative, attracting. And then, we decided as humans somehow that the equality, taking out the polarity, is a fair, like the fair grounds. But in the realm of love, it's the kiss of death that kills everything. It sounds counterintuitive, but it actually destroys everything. That's my work.
Wow, that's great. So how do you come about the topic, what keeps man to his one and only?
Well, like I said, everything I teach is nature and science. It's not my opinion. I have professional opinions about the work and my research. And I've trained with 5 masters in the field as well. So it's not only my work, but it's their work. And I'm standing on the shoulders of some incredible people. So back to nature, the masculine and feminine dance is where everything comes together. Men and women are not the same. Men and women are not built the same. They don't think the same. They don't speak the same. We're not motivated by the same things. What I think is interesting, my wife thinks is boring, and vice versa, right? Like we're completely polarized differently. And but again, we think, the culture says, oh, stereotypes are bad, and No, stereotypes are just stereotypes. They exist because they exist. There is such a thing as masculine and feminine things, and masculine and feminine beings. And so in my world, everything that I see that's complicated is when either a woman's trying to be too masculine or a man's trying to be too feminine, right? Sort of turning inside out from their actual the essence of their bodies. And when you make men too feminine, too sweet, too soft, too vulnerable, women don't feel safe with these guys. They're nice, but they don't feel safe. They don't feel provided and protected for. Makes a woman very, very edgy, very nervous, very, very uncomfortable. Even though he's nice, but he can't protect her, is really what she feels. And that ultimately has her needing to protect herself, which means that makes her more masculine. And then we flip the scripts, and masculine women tend to be very irritating to masculine men because we're pushing on each other. It doesn't, so again, back to nature is the dance of yin yang, masculine and feminine. And somehow we decided that that's not good enough. That's too limiting, but this is really still how things works best. There's a modern way to do relationships, and I'm not talking about going back to the 50s, but there's a modern way to do this that is more lining up with our bodies and nature. Just that's the dance, that's the work. So men stay attracted to feminine women when they're masculine. Feminine women stay attracted to the masculine men when they're masculine. And again, that's the pull, that's the polarity. If you reverse the role, it won't last. Typically, it won't last.
Wow, that's great. So, what make man to be committed to his one and only? What do you mean by his one and only? Do you mean his wife?
His wife
alone,
or his wife or his long-term partner.
So what are those things that makes one man to be committed to his one and only?
Well, a man at his core needs to be respected for who he is first. And that is the hook for him to basically keep showing up, provide, protect, cherish his woman. He must feel respected by her in order for him to love her and stick around for her, period. So in our culture, again, women are being very disrespectful to men. Men are toxic, men are dangerous, you can't trust men, they're cheaters. Well, all of that is destroying men's ability to step up and want to be with women and protect them. So when a woman understands the dynamic where we both want to be loved and respected, we both want to be cherished and respected, however, they come backwards. If you don't respect a man, he can't love you, ladies. And if you don't love a woman, she can't respect you. So we both need both, but they go backwards. You see it? So if a man is going to be committed to his woman, a woman for long term, he requires for her to respect him, which means believe in him, let him lead, let him be the man, let him do what he's naturally built to do, provide, protect, cherish her, put his arms around, their lives, have a family, raise some children, take care of everyone in the family. That's the natural male, right? So he needs to be respected for that, as opposed to being wrong for that. Because sometimes women feel, and it's factual, it's true on some level, that when men put their arms around your lives or the lives that they build, their kingdom, often it feels like you're being controlled. But if you look carefully, when men control, where are you going? Who's going to be there? Anybody driving? Anybody drinking? How far is it when you're coming back? Right? It feels very controlling. But if you look past that instinct, because what he's doing is protecting. So often women take it the wrong way, where men are being protective. Natural males will be protective. They're very territorial with their family and their loved ones. Sometimes it's uncomfortable because it feels like he's trying to control. It comes with the territory. In my world, there's a language to ask for correction, because you will be controlling on some level if he's masculine. It comes with testosterone. It comes with being male. But there's a dialogue, there's a conversation, there's a way to ask for a little too much, babe, a little too much, where he'll adjust for you. And a man that cares for you, would absolutely adjust for your comfort. again, you have to ask him in a way that's respectful that he can respond to, not demanding, not waving your finger in his face, not acting like his mother. So again, it's just communication skills, tools, and what I call speaking Manglish. You want to get out of speaking his language of respect so that he could cherish you and adjust. It's quite fantastic. It's not that hard, but again, nobody's really talking about this.
But if I will ask you, you say women are getting it wrong when a man is trying to protect, to stand as the authority over their family, that women are getting it wrong. Is it something, is it one of those things that makes man not to be committed to the woman when the woman refuses him to ride over him?
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much, it's rather disrespectful. It's like if you're trying to tell a woman to not be a woman, how long is she going to hang around you for? If you're making her wrong for everything that she does, if you make her wrong because she needs to talk, she needs to feel connected, she needs to feel safe, right? She needs to nest, she needs things to be clean. You know what I mean? Like if you make a woman wrong for everything she's naturally instinctively pulled to do, like why would she take? She's not going to stick around you. She's going to go like, "What's wrong with you?" You know what I mean? So, but somehow women do this to men, like they need to. What's the word they use a lot? Women often, because men are men and they do things differently, it's sometimes uncomfortable. I understand. Men, because testosterone will be too big, too loud, too controlling. They'll run you over, not on purpose. It's just as part of being a man and being testosterone, I call it. So often women will go, I'm uncomfortable with him. Let me teach him how to act right. I'm going to teach him how to act right. Well, that is very disrespectful. Like any man would say to a woman, you need to stop acting like this. You need to stop talking so much. You need to get to the point. You need to, leave me alone. You need to stop. It's crazy, right? But somehow there's a double standard there.
But if I will ask you, is it right for a man to lord himself on a woman?
To what?
To lord himself on a woman.
No, it's more again, it's back to nature. He's not trying to control her, he's trying to protect her typically. Do you know what I mean? It's just sometimes they go too far. So how do you ask for adjustment? When he goes too far, he will go too far. He will go too far. All right. But how does a woman, how you go, when you're scaring the children, I need you to bring down a little bit. Like, this is too much. I'm uncomfortable with this. The way you're talking to me right now is, like, it scares me, right? So that's part of the having a male body is you're going to deal with some of that.
So
there's a way to correct. There's a way to communicate. Ask for correction and communicate that. Sorry, I cut you off.
Okay, no problem. If I will ask, why women are resisting men not to lord over them? Is it because of the society we find ourselves, or because of civilization that is coming up every day?
Well, we have a lot of history, right? Men and women, we have a lot of history from millennia where, men were in charge, women were behind. Now, I don't really see it that way, but this is how it's been portrayed, that it was always men in front of women were behind. That's not how men really see it. The normal, healthy males don't see it that way, right? And what's happened is, in our culture, after millennia of men in front running over women decided now it's our turns to get in front. So that doesn't work either. So it's not men in front of women controlling everything, and it certainly is not women in front of men. No self-respect man will stand for that 1 second. It's ridiculous. It's together, side by side. It's partnership. It's not him in front, her in front. It's side by side. It's complementary. We actually help each other by bringing the two different parts of who we are together makes a union. Just like dancers. Look behind me. This is my wife and I dancing. You know what I mean? That is what it takes to make a couple. His part, her part. Totally different, complementary. What he does is different than what she does, but she's not passive. She's not lame. She's not like unimportant. She's as important as he is. And actually, if you can look at it, she's doing everything he's doing backwards in high heels and long dress. That's not passive, right? But it's complementary. They're working together. So this is where we have it wrong. We put in everybody's head that men were always in front, and they were in a lot of ways, of course, back in the days. Like women didn't have to vote because they're too emotional. Like you're gonna make the wrong decision. Let's logically think about this. So we made laws and decisions that were logical. Men were logical. So like emotions don't have anything to do with laws of nature on some level, right? Laws of nature are not sensitive, right? It's we have to provide, we have to protect, we have to fight, we have to hold the boundaries, right? My tribe, this tribe, protect the women. Like so, it's nature is not soft. Nature is harsh, and we tend to, men will step into it that way. Protect women. It doesn't have. It's not pretty, right? Protect our tribe is not pretty. You have to kill the other tribe who's trying to kill us. It's not pretty. Do you know what I mean? So men were in charge of everything, sure, but that's how we survived. But now we decided that was bad and toxic, and the women has to get. It's not working. It's not in front of. It's side by side. It's pilot, co-pilot, navigator, driver, right? President, vice president. So in my world, for this to happen, you have to have one in the driver's seat and one on the passenger seat. You can't both be in the driver's seat. You can't both be in the passenger seat. Again, nature, yin yang. See it?
So what are the effects that this is having on our society?
What the neutrality, the
Yeah,
neutralizing polarity?
the contention between man and a woman being in front, who will be the head, who will be the tail.
Well, now it's a battle. It's a battle. People are battling for power. Women have decided they need to be as powerful as men, that they can do everything the men can. Well, yes and no, right? If it's you could be masculine at work as a woman, that's fine. Right? You have to get stuff done, so you have to be masculine. You has to be scheduled and planned and work through, and that's fine. But you can't be masculine if you want to be with a masculine man in a relationship. It won't work. It just doesn't work. So, this is knowing when to be which. Right? My clients are typically too masculine and they have no personal life because their feminine is faded. And I'm not talking about undoing who they are. We just emphasize this part. So they know how to be in the world masculine when they need to be, and they know how to be feminine when they're off of work. And this is where all relationships come in. All relationships with men, with their children, with other women. Women need to be, feminine in the world to get all the goodies, in life. So it's not either or, it's both. But this doesn't work. This doesn't work. So back to nature, right? There's a balance. You see it?
So what are those things that will make a woman to know that the man is committed to her? I mean.
So one more time.
So what are those things that the woman will see in a man that will make her to understand that this man is really committed to me?
He makes it very obvious. When a man cares, he protects. When a man cares, right, you'll feel a little bit of controlling. He's going to come after you. It'll make it obvious. He'll want to provide. He'll want to protect. He'll want to cherish. He'll want to make sure you're safe. He'll want to give. You and the ones near you. So there's no mistaken. When a man's into a woman, you'll know, right? He'll come after you, literally. And he'll protect you and basically hold himself accountable for your protection and your provision, and make sure you're good and comfortable and happy. That's the natural masculine.
Okay, so does this commitment had any improvement, or what do I say, cause relationship to grow?
Yeah, the more a man is committed to a woman, the more safe she feels. When she feels safe, she can relax that he's protecting her, right? He's cherished. I mean, the biggest compliment to a woman is a man saying, "Be my wife." Right? That's the biggest compliment, because the guy announces publicly in front of his family and friends that he picks this woman to take care of her for the rest of his life. That's what that is. Now that makes a woman relax. That makes a woman go, "Oh." Right? Like, this man picked me over everybody else to take care of forever. And that is also that feeling of protection and being cherished and being picked, and him, doing everything he's going to do for her to be happy, for her to be comfortable, for her to have a good house, right? All the stuff that men want to provide, that makes a woman relax. And the more she relaxes, the more feminine she is, which is all he wants, right? When she's happy, he's happy. When she's feminine, she radiates joy and warmth. That's all men want. Men will kill themselves to keep their women happy for that energy, right? It's life-giving to us. Nature again. So it's not a big puzzle. It's not a big puzzle. Men naturally want to help, provide and protect women, naturally, instinctively. No manipulation needed. That's a good deal. Why are we fighting this? What's the problem? Oh, you want to be fun of him? Well, okay, that's not going to work. Not if you want a man. You see it?
So I find out that in our society today, we hear, even here in Nigeria, even in abroad, it's happening everywhere. We find out that some women, we said, or we always make this statement that I cannot live under the roof of any man. What do you think is the cause of that?
Again, they want to be in front. They want to lead. They've decided that women have been in the back too long, and they decided it's time, because we empower women now. We've done, the school system is empowering women, the judicial system is empowering women. Everything is pro women, everything around the world, trying to, in the name of equality again. But that makes women, in a sense, really either uninterested in men, not needing a man, don't want to depend on men, which makes them masculine. And they usually, those are the ones that become my client when eventually, when they're a little bit older, they realize they're tired, they work too much, money doesn't make them happy, career doesn't make them happy, they want companionship, they want man, they want relationships, but they're so masculine they don't know how to do it. Those are my clients all the time.
So is this kind of decision helping our society today?
Not one bit. Look outside. You know what I mean? And everybody's struggling. Everyone's struggling. Men don't know how to be men. Women don't know how to be women. Right? We flipped the script completely. It's already hard to be men and women together because we're so different. Now we make men like women, women like men, and then we think we're going to get together. Like now, it's really impossible. So it's interesting. There's statistics on this. The past 15 or so years, this is worldwide. Women now, the past 15 or so years, are more unhappy than all women in recorded history before. Explain that to me. Right? Well, again, you destroy everything that's natural, and it doesn't work for the women. It's interesting because men are about the same level of happiness they've always been. They know when to step in, they know when to step out. And there's still enough good women for men who are good to find themselves a good woman. It's the women that are suffering, the women that are confused, the women who bought this, go girl, don't need no man lemon, that being masculine is the way to go, that men are dangerous. So it's women that are suffering. That's that's around the world. That's terrible.
So if I will ask, what is that thing that take away the happiness of the women?
It's basically not able to attain or sustain healthy love dynamics, love relationships. Money doesn't make women happy. Healthy relationships all around them makes women happy. There's a lot of data on this. So when you cheat women out of relationships, healthy relationships with a man, with their families, with their loved ones, with their coworkers, right? When those relationships are strained, women are not happy. Money doesn't matter, doesn't make them happy. Career doesn't make them happy. Relationships make them happy. That's a big price to pay. Yeah.
Money doesn't make woman happy
at all. There's a lot of data on this.
How do relationship make them happy?
Yep.
That's great. That's great. That's great. So I want to add just one question to it. Then we'll be able to close. Now we've seen the way things are going. We have single mothers. The trend is increasing.
Yep.
So now, what do you have to say to this? Why are they not being able to why are they not being able to make the man committed to them? Or why are their husbands not committed to them?
Again, you know, if you go around disrespecting men, if you go around saying, you don't need man, if you go around saying, he can't tell me what to do, if you refuse to be vulnerable, if you refuse to be feminine, men won't. Again, if you make a woman wrong for everything that she is, she's not going to stick around. So women are doing this to men like they have the right to now, and then that's fine. But the price to pay is men walk away. Men will not be disrespected, especially in their own house. They won't do it. They won't do it. So that's typically where it comes undone.
So thank you very much. We really appreciate you, Andre, for giving us your time to be on this platform, Season of Change.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
I believe you enjoy coming on this platform.
That was cool. Yes.
Wow, that's great. So I would just want you to give our audience how they can connect with you, so that whosoever that need consultancy, whosoever needs you to coach them,
absolutely,
whosoever needs your counsel, your advice. So just tell them how they can get in touch with you.
So you go directly. You can email me directly to find out what I'm offering. I have different programs that offers small, medium, large, extra large, depending of your needs and or finances. But if you email me on Andre Coaching, the number 1 at Gmail directly, you could also book a call with me, which is complimentary. If you go to andregroupcoaching.com, it takes you to my calendar. You could book a VIP hour and we'll talk and we'll discuss everything that I do and how I can help. That's I guess it's complimentary. It's on me. And that call is really special, really, really special. Some people say it changed their lives. So
what about your social media handle?
Yeah, so Project Equinox is my company. So if you go to my website is projectequinox.net, Instagram at Project Equinox, and I have dating and relationship insights on Facebook as a public group, but you have to invite it in. What's the other one? YouTube, Project Equinox with Andre Parody. So you and I emailed, and everything is at the bottom of my signature. So if you want to see them, they're all there. I think there's six different links for you. So a bunch of easy ways to find me. Absolutely.
Wow, thank you so much. We really appreciate you giving us your time on this platform.
Absolutely.
I believe we have a lot of topic to talk about, because your topic are fascinating, are very great topics that needs to do with what is happening around the world and around us everywhere we are. Mm-hmm. It's affecting us in Africa, and it's affecting you in America, and it's affecting the Europeans and even the Asians.
Absolutely.
About, and I believe he's going to do a good work, and it's going to be a good works for people to hear this, to listen to this, and stick to this advice, because our society is going backward with a lot of man inventions that we are bringing up that is not right. And I believe that by the time so many people will listen to this, they will put things right. So we really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on this platform.
Appreciate that.
I pray that God will bless you and keep you, and we keep your company growing. We really appreciate you. This is Season of Change, transforming your life through the power in the Word of God. I remain your host, Evangelist Jeremiah Joseph. Thank you till we meet again on another episode. Thank you. We appreciate you. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.